to make a video about Masters of Disguise in classic literature. I'm sure there's a lot more than what I'm going to be talking about here. For instance, I know that Zorro is considered a Master of Disguise, but the two that I'm going to be focusing on here are spoilers. So yes, this video is going to have spoilers, but what I'm listing here isn't really a spoiler. I wouldn't say it is anyway. But the two Masters of Disguise I'm going to be focusing on are the Count of Monte Cristo and the Scarlet Pimpernel. That's your spoiler warning now. If you don't want to hear anything about these books, leave now. Although I would love to have you here as well. Anyway, so I read the Scarlet Pimpernel first of these two, and he's a much more lighthearted Master of Disguise. He is a character that you don't ever really see, at least not as the Scarlet Pimpernel knowingly, until pretty much, I would say, about 3/4 of the way through the book. You know he's there, you find out earlier than that who he is, but you don't really see him until almost the end of the book. And it works so well, because you're in all these scenes, like a huge chunk of this book is looking for him. So you'll be in the final segment of this book going, where is he? We don't know where he is. Where is the Scarlet Pimpernel? We need to find him because his life is in danger, and also we need him to rescue our POV character because her life is in danger, and she's kind of helpless without him at this point. She has many other strengths and she's lovely, but this is not one of her strengths. So yeah, and you don't know where he is until the very end, and then his whole plan comes out, and it's just kind of like, how did I not notice this before? But okay. But anyway, I do have another video about him. I'm not sure if it's going to come out before or after this, but there is one, so I'm not going to say too much more than that. The other Master of Disguise, though, that I want to talk about, the Count of Monte Cristo, has a very different effect on the audience, because while the Scarlet Pimpernel is very lighthearted, and well, not lighthearted, but he's a hero. You're not afraid of him at any point. You know that if he's there, it's going to be fine. But the Count is interesting because he is the protagonist. He is our hero, but he's terrifying. Like, when you see him as the Count, he is literally described at one point as having cold skin, like a vampire. I don't think the words like a vampire aren't used, but that's kind of the vibe that I get when I read the book is, okay, I know I'm supposed to cheer for this guy, but I'm a little scared of him. And then you find out he's a Master of Disguise, and suddenly scenes where seemingly nothing is happening, you're positive that either the Count is here somewhere or he is influencing someone. You don't know why. You don't know where he is, you don't know what he's doing, but he's somewhere. And then you'll have scenes, and they start to have scenes later in the book where you're going, I think this guy's the Count. I'm not sure, but I think it's the Count. But he's helping this person. So it makes his character very, very enigmatic because you don't know what he's doing. And because you never see it from his perspective. Pretty much after, I think it's about a third to quarter to a third of the way through the book, you never have another POV scene with the Count. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You're always seeing him from someone else's perspective, so you're always outside of him. You're trying to figure out, what is he doing? Where is he going? Because you know his goal, but you don't know what he's actually, or how he's going about that goal. You don't know what his plan is. And it isn't until pretty much the end of the book that you get the full reveal of everything he's doing. And it's shocking when it happens. So I find it interesting, the difference in how these two books use the Master of Disguise trope, because they both do the whole thing where you're not sure if he's in the scene or not. They both have the reveal at the end of everything that's been going on, or reveals a little bit earlier on, although most of them are at the end. But they do them with completely opposite intentions towards the audience and the other characters, mostly anyway. They're both heroes, but the Scarlet Pimpernel, it's uplifting, and you want him to get away, or you don't want people to know who he is, essentially, or you don't care if you know, because you know that when you do find out, it's going to be this really exciting, happy thing. With the Count, it's a lot scarier. It is legitimately intimidating when the Count is in disguise. So I don't know, I just find that really interesting because they're both really good books. They're different, but they're both amazing. But they use this same trope in such opposite ways. Anyway, this was kind of a rambling video, but I just wanted to talk about that. So, thank you. I will see you all later.